Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're finishing up the few things we got left to do to the Neon, getting it ready for the dyno. Only got a few things left to do. Pretty much all we got left to do is switch out this valve cover. I got one out of the junkyard off of an early 2000 Dodge Stratus, I believe, and had two -10 bungs welded onto the end of it. I'll show you that a little bit later on. Also, we got to finish installing the fuel pump because the fuel pump took a crap on me last time I was at the track. And we're also gonna relocate my catch can here because this is not an ideal location. I'm gonna put it somewhere in here in the engine bay, hopefully in that area right there if I can get it in there. And of course, the most important part of all, gonna be installing this beautiful tubular manifold that I got from Brent Sharp over at B&B Race. I had him make me a cow exit and a downpipe. Since I do daily this, I want the downpipe for when I'm dailying on the streets and the up pipe for when I take it to the track. But man, is this thing gorgeous. Look at those welds. Look at that manifold. Also, I'm going to be switching my exhaust housing, going to a little bit bigger size. My old one is 63 AR. This one is 82. Hopefully it'll give me a little bit more top end power. And of course, with the V-band, my other housing was a 4-bolt, so this will make things a lot easier to switch on and off this downpipe or this cow exit. So let's get to it. As you can see, I already have the studs installed into the head. There's no point in spending $100+ on them fancy titanium studs. These will work just fine. I think I paid like 15 bucks for them off Amazon. This is it's a Dorman part number right here, in case you want to, you know, not spend the $150 some dollar price tag on the other ones they make. But these should work just fine, and they also have the locking nuts, so work pretty good. Go ahead and install the brand new OEM exhaust manifold gasket. Got this from SP Tuning before we install our beautiful manifold. Well guys, it's the next day. I wasn't able to finish getting the car ready yesterday because of how the manifold sits. I was able to put the manifold on, but wasn't able to bolt the turbo down, mainly because, as you can see with this manifold, the turbo sits about 3 inches too far to the right, so it does not line up with the hot side pipe. So I had to order some piping and some couplers. Gonna try to cut that hot side pipe and rig something up to make it work for the time being. Ideally, I would like to have a custom hot side pipe done, but seeing as how my tune date is tomorrow, I am gonna have to make something work like it is, and hopefully it does work, because I have the rest of the day to finish it, and I have to be at Nigel's tomorrow morning at 9. Yesterday the only thing I was able to accomplish was to put the manifold on and install the fuel pump, which is great because now I have fuel pressure. We got the fuel pump out, got the old one took out, new one getting ready to be installed. Put the hook it back up to the polyhydromat, set it in the tank, and bolt everything back up. I still gotta finish installing the whole turbo setup, change out this ugly ass valve cover to a better one I got, and I'm also gonna relocate this catch can because I do not like the way it sits right there. But we're gonna be cutting it close, but hopefully we can get everything done as long as I get the necessary parts delivered today. A little bit worried. I've never cut it this close to dyno day. I've changed so much on this car since the last time it was running. Literally switched out the input shaft, dropped the transmission, changed the clutch disc because it ate up some of the material. Changed the head out, completely new head, brand new, completely different cams, bigger valves, new tubular manifold, and at this point it's one day before I have to be at the dyno, and I literally don't even know if this thing's gonna run. And if it does run, I have no idea if this thing's gonna move under its own power, because it hasn't since the day I broke the input shaft at the drag strip. But I'll stay up all night if I have to get this done, and hopefully I'll have a video for y'all at the dyno. Well guys, I'm not particularly proud of this, but gotta do what you gotta do when the tune date is the very next day. So basically what I did to make this fit the new manifold was cut it right here, turn this pipe a good 30 to 40 degrees to the right, and then added a 45-degree coupler to go to the turbo. I really hope it works. I'm gonna give it another 10 psi more than it'll probably see on the dyno while I'm doing the boost leak test, just to make sure that everything's gonna hold up. But let's put it on there and see what happens. Eventually I will have a custom one-piece hot side pipe made, but this is just temporary to get me to the dyno tomorrow. Hopefully it holds up, but pretty soon after this I'm gonna have a custom one made to get rid of this contraption I made. It's not stupid if it works, right? Let's just hope it works. Alright, now that we got that hot side pipe situation, we can go ahead and install this turbo for the final time, hopefully. Put this beautiful valve cover on that we got from the junkyard off of the early 2000 Dodge Stratus, Sebring, one of those 4-cylinder cars. Had the dash 10 bungs loaded on there, sanded down the lettering it had, painted it. It's good to go. It's a beauty. Changes the whole look of the car if you ask me. Gonna torque the valve cover bolts in 3 separate steps. I'm gonna start with 40 inch-pounds, then go to 80 inch-pounds, and then finish off with 105 inch-pounds. I'm gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the final one is 9. And you do that 3 times, 40, 80, and 105 inch-pounds to finish it off. Alright, so I'll torque down now. We can put the coil pack on, and then we put the spark plug wires. Finish connecting all the vacuum lines. And we can boost leak test it, and then the only thing we'll have left to do is modify the dash 10 line to the catch can, because I had it in a different location before. I'm going to go ahead and do this boost leak test before it gets too late and I can't see. Only thing I really need left to do is boost leak test it and remake these lines for the catch can, and should be able to crank her on up. See if we're going to make it to the dyno tomorrow. Alright, just got done priming the oil system. Everything's good to go. I reconnected the fuel pump relay and the ignition coil. So, it should fire up this time. I hope. Let's see. Just had to prime the fuel system real quick. Click it on and off a couple times. We got fuel. Let's try to crank it. Got it to run finally. As you can see, it's still cold. Apparently the noise suppressor wasn't plugged in all the way. So now it's running, just gotta let it warm up and load it on the trailer. Oil pressure looks good. Oil pressure looks good. Fuel pressure looks good. Just gotta load it on the trailer and see how the tune goes tomorrow. That'll be it for this video. We'll see you next time at the dyno. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.